Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to downtown Crown Falls, to our big central area that we have where, once again another monument is about to be finished, and we just continue onwards with it right away and complete phase 3 of this monument. Phase 3 completed, and we got the Imperial Institute going. It's a nice building. And once again, it looks like I actually chose the wrong direction. This is the right one. This is the front of it, right? This is the ugly back of it. This is how it goes. This is where the entrance is, right? So here we can have our entrance for it. It doesn't really do anything else. It provides services to my residences, gives them a bit of attractiveness, and that's about it. By the way, I also want to point out, please mind that we're still going to, remodel this somehow. We don't need the warehouse here anymore, so let's get rid of that. And with that, we have those two buildings. I could have this one here, probably somewhere here, right? So that those buildings are kind of like aligned to each other. We'll just see. I don't have clear plans for this part yet. We'll just see. Oh, nighttime. Beautiful as well. Not that much time that we can marvel at because we have things to do. The first one is my expedition. Baffling Island. Sir, cries the lookout. Dark shapes on the ridge. A group climb the icy escarpment. At the top, they find a companionable trio of gritwood boards plugged into 3-man-sized heaps of snow. Sunlight hits the scritchings in the wood, sacred to the memory of Joseph Brain, who departed his life New Year's Day, 1846, on board of HM Styx. The others named are John Gore and Francis Seeley. Your man tremble at the idea of disturbing the graves. Search around the graves instead. Okay, mere 100 meters away, the man discovered the remains of a camp at which a lost expedition wintered. Circle the island along the west coast or circle the island along the east coast. Let's go with the west coast. The ship is now headed for the west coast of Terrier Island. The crew hope to find Sir John and his men soon and pray no more obstacles will be thrown their way. You have no idea. Off they go. In the meantime, we have Manola again, where we set up this whole production chain over here in the last episode. I would like to continue with that right away, with also providing another Samba school. For this we need the costume shop. For this we need the saltpeter from the alpaca farms. The mineral mine, we already have that. Just to play it safe, I'm going to have a second mineral mine now that we can add them. And with this, more mineral factories here, laboratories. I think we're going ahead and actually build all of this now before I forget my ratios again, right? We have the celluloids here. So with the celluloids, let's start all the way here with the fan production, right? So this is getting improved by electricity. That means it's 4 tons of that. The cotton is coming in, the camphor wax is coming in, and the ethanol should be in. There it is. Ethanol will be tricky though. We'll need to boost that up further, of course. With that, we can also go in and build me my cable factory, right? That we have somewhere set up as well. With the cable factory, it's going to be a bit tricky, however, because we don't have the copper in yet. The cable factory is also getting boosted by electricity to 2 tons, right? So we have now the 2 tons here, and that means the motor assembly line that we have over here gets exactly the ratio now that we have out of 1 cable factory. And this leads then to exactly 1 fan factory that can get supplied by that we have then over here. And with this we have a production of 2 tons of fan per minute. There's just a Mist Hunty coming along. So this production is pretty much set now with its right ratio. And then we have the scooters as well that I would like to finish as well while we're at it. So with this we have the cable factory, right? The cable factory produces now exactly that much. So I need to build a second one. By the way, let's build a warehouse down here. The cellular production should be equal now with that, right? So because we are producing 4 celluloids and we have now 2 motor assembly lines then, because one of them will also supply the scooter factory. There you go, number 2. And with that, we have the scooter factory that is required with electricity. Scooters. Now, scooters, I'd be surprised if it ever reaches 1 ton, right? The amount of scooters is very low because it's also a very complicated product. So let's go in and build me 1 scooter factory right here. By the way, let's just see that we have kind of like a connection here as well. And then we can have also a warehouse here. All of them have electricity. All of them are getting the right amount of input now. One thing I need to check out for all of this to run is the ethanol. Now we have the ethanol over here. And let's just quickly check it out what my total demand here is now. It's equal almost. And don't forget, we also need to deliver some ethanol over to Crown Falls. So in this case, this is not enough anymore. I will need to further boost this one. Let's build another ethanol production here for another 4 tons. This will need the corn and the wood. Both of them we have in high quantities. I'm going to build me another one though, because I really want to play this one safe here. Yes, we can squeeze it in. Perfect. There you go, right? Also, in addition, we have the trade union that boosted by another 50%. Do we have anything else here that we could do? Cable factory. Very convenient that we have this one close by. But I think for now, the rest here is what we make of it. Yeah, nothing we need for now.
You dinosaur.
Oh, come on, Bente. Don't hate me that much all of a sudden.
Well, I do make what a selfless act of charity.
Nah, non-aggression pact is also not something she would do. So this is not looking so great with her right now. We'll just see how it turns out. Let's also upgrade my warehouses here because the volume is increasing. And one more thing I would like to check out as well then here. So you can see it's getting somewhere, right? We are complexity-wise. There's so many products involved at this point, and we have the corn, right? And with the corn, I would like to check it out if we have enough. We don't, right? So there's a difference here of 8 tons right now that we need to check out. It's not Orchard Paradise, right? It was down here some there. Valdepena, there it is. Here we have our corn production. They're boosted. They're boosted all right. I think something is still wrong here. Oh, we're full on storage. And Fanes also has no business of doing anything here. So let's check out what's going on. We don't have enough delivery, it seems. This one here, we're full, right? That's the major thing. We're full on corn right now in Manola. And there's a lot of corn getting over, up to 600 tons. Do we have 600 tons available? Yeah, we basically do almost, so it's not that far away. Still, let's get some more building materials to Valdepena.
Starting to get sick.
Because there's still going to be quite a few more corn plantations we probably want to push here too, right? Corn is the most important thing here. Ethanol is one of the most important products that we have at this point. And this looks like we could also squeeze in another one here. Just perfect. Let's do this. I'd rather have a nice triplets of ethanol than being short on it. So with that, we have this one going. And this means that we have now basically everything also going then for my Samba School. The Samba School needs the pigments. We haven't built them yet, by the way, so the scooter will need the pigments, right? This one produces, with electricity, 3 tons per minute around that. So that's this one here. This is way too much for the scooter anyway. So we do have now enough for the costume shop, right? We could build 2 costume shops. No, it's improved by electricity. 1 costume shop that produces 2 costumes per minute. This leads then to a Samba School, and a Samba School only needs 0.5 costumes per minute. So we could actually build 2. We could actually build 4 Samba Schools with 1 costume shop. So yeah, that's not going to be that much, right? So 1 Samba School up here is going to already do the trick for us. Let's also upgrade that warehouse here to get in all the traffic. Very good. So this one's running now too. The Nandu feathers is something that we don't have, however, right now. Let's check it out. It's the Nandu farm, right? That is getting boosted by electricity. So instead of Nandu ladders, once powered, it produces Nandu feathers. So I would like to have this actually in Manola. It's producing it at 2 tons per minute. So this will be enough already, right? For the costume shop that needs 2 input. So one of them is fine already. So I'm going to have them here actually. And we're going to have that, yeah, we can squeeze in 2 probably here. And 2 will be fine forever. Let's just see how many fields we need. It's been a while since I built one of these. Ah, there's the freaking cliffs again. And we could even have another one here. There you go. This is a lumberjack hut. 78% is fine for it, really. Right, so that's 3 of them. I mean, you know what? I could actually also get them just over here. That gives this one here more production back. That's 3 of them that are also electrified. Let's build the first one. Right, and this one is now producing then the Nandu ladders for us. A bit of my mistake. The fields need a road connection too, because otherwise they're not getting boosted by the electricity. So all of these fields also need to have a road surrounding them. Otherwise they're not producing us the Nandu feathers that we need, right? Looks a bit strange with that, but now we have the Nendo feather production up and running. And now with that, also my costume shop here that already has everything in, right, will also then get the Nendo feathers. It will consume a bit more cotton fabric, honestly, but it's not much. Let's just see. Yeah, this is fine, right? So this will be fine right now. And by the way, are the fertilizers in at this point? Yes, they are. Very good. So my cotton, there it is, 35 that we have now. And in Manola, it should really be enough now. Yes, it is. We have a surplus of 7 cotton as well. So this is all working out now. And that's the production. Now we can have the Samba school. And this one is a service building that we need to have in the city itself, right? Of Manola. And it also needs to have a connection to a warehouse. And yeah, what strikes me first is that we have a huge range on this, right? So if I have one over here and one over here, that should be enough for the whole city. Do the artisans, the hacienda also need that? Yes. So obviously I want to have 2 of them right away. Let's just see. It's luckily a very small building, right? Nah, it's just so that we need 4 of these. That's annoying. So I need to get these 4 away somewhere else. Perfect. And then we can have the first Samba school in here. Let's have a bit of a space around that, right? A bit of a bigger area around that, around the Samba school number 1. Already getting the resources, so we have costumes already in. Very good. Samba number 1. And Samba number 2, I'm going to have over here close to that bridge. This looks like a good location here, right? I mean, this is the main road that goes over here. Yeah, on the other side, why not? The range is so big that I don't really care. And as you can see, we can get the whole hacienda in with that as well. Let's build Samba school number 2 here. There's the warehouse for it. So we'll get the resources. And all of these people will profit from that. So all of these people are now getting the fans, the scooters, and the Samba school for happiness. Also provides me a bit more coin. Perfect. Now this leads me to another thing while we're here right away, and that is the tourism in Manola. I thought the 4,000 tourists we need are required in Manola, but I've read up on the mod, the New World Tourism mod, and actually it's 4,000 in Crown Falls that we need. So that means we don't have a lot of tourists in Crown Falls, and if you look at that, yeah, it's only 1,600. And we want to push this one to 4,000 there at least. So what do we do about this? Obviously, we need to provide more needs for my tourists, and we also need to provide more hotels. That's important. First, though, is my expedition. The Narrows, the west coast of Terry Island, is snaggled up with monstrous horns of ice. Navigation is going to be tricky. Will the Narrows lead back once more to open water, or will your ship end up stuck? You can navigate carefully, get a better view of the channels from a nearby rock, or send scouts ahead in rowboats. Find a path. This has the highest chance, thanks to my 2 captains. To their relief, your crew reach the open sea on the other side. As there is a lack of consensus on magnetic north at this time, your navigators decide to ignore the compasses and trust their instincts, saving them a collision on more than one occasion. The crew enters King William Sound, a majestic carpet of water leading up to its seat, King William Island. Sensing something, Lady Faithful suddenly emerges from below deck and voices the determined hopes of her heart. And this finishes the expedition and opens up the Arctic.
We shouldn't expect to find them right away. This is a vast wilderness. It's been 2 years. The Admiralty say they've tried everything, but then they haven't lost a husband. Nor did it occur to them to search King William Sound. There! A camp! Abandoned. But we imagined as much, didn't we? And my John picked a fine spot. Perhaps they left some sign as to where they went. I did say there would be rewards. That's for finding my John's camp.
And there we are, in the Arctic. The new and the last region has been unlocked with that. There's an old camp over here that we can check out now. And yeah, it's cold out here. We have waterfalls,
camp
kind of
shall
like.
serve for us. From here, we can search to any length and breadth, just as they left it.
We have an island here
We'll rake
that
over
is
the
unsettled.
remains and then make a refuge for ourselves.
And we have also Old Nate over here.
Amazing, we know
Now,
what
there
to
is
do with them
no
all.
Miss Hunt so far. We'll just see.
Ship constructed.
Perhaps we lose our ship faster than we think. Let's clear the camp. Can only clear it once. Ah, there we go. Well, let's just see what's looking over there.
Hold hard, a crag, heaped by Highland hand, is well worth our time.
And there is a log of what they did, setting up camp here, preparing for the journey ahead. Now we need to find an Inuit by studying Sir John's log.
Open it. He knew we would come for him. If HMS Hades and Styx came this way, the Inuit must have seen them. Maybe they can help us.
And we also gain some timber and steel beams out of clearing the camps. So this we can use then for setting up camp here. I also have some more timber with us, but yeah, it's not really required. Let's just get this one here to King William Island. Setting up roads again. We're just going with a double road. We don't need more than that. So no triple road. Sorry. It's too much space that we waste with that. And then we can actually go ahead, start also the road here along the coastline that we have down here to set up a small camp now. And also a settlement on King William Island. We have this quest here. It's time to set up camp in the Arctic. As per usual, the first step is to provide some housing for the explorers that we have. So that's our first tier of people that are living here. They, however, will need coal as well. So we set up a tiny production setup area here with a charcoal burner then, right? So this one we have. This one, however, and that's pretty funky, also requires heating. If we build this one here. Oh, it does not, sorry. Not funky at all. It's just the explorers producing now the coal for us. Are we under attack? Here, no. That's just another ship entering one of my other areas. With that, we can go ahead now and start building us the first explorer shelters. With that, we need to be very careful though, right? Because the heater does not have a huge range. So if we set it up somewhere here, let's just check it out. I think this one. Yeah, that's not enough, right? So this one is what we need. And a canteen then here in the center. This, however, reaches all of them. Could actually get it up further, perhaps, to have more people here. Yep. And more people here. This will be enough for a good coverage then. And I think with that, we have everything already. Let's build the heater. Let's build the first explorer houses.
You reached a new milestone.
And let's also get us the rest of the timber off board. It's actually helpful to have the timber. That's nice. We can build the canteen as well to provide some meeting ground and some eating ground. And we will also need to start the timber production. Of course, this, however, requires heating now, right? So we will also need to have a second heater then somewhere here in my industry zone. Where we do have then, especially, this is really something, the lumberjack hut that requires heating. That's a bit annoying, honestly, right? Because it's far away usually. But with that, all of this has been set up. 2 heaters, that's probably too much already. Yep, so we do need to have another charcoal burner already. And I'm going to have one then over here. So that we have the coal that we need for all of this here to work, right? With that, we have a bit of a timber production up and running now. We have the coal coming in. There it is. Right, the heating for my houses, otherwise people getting sick, right? And now we can also continue then with the exploration. However, for this, I would like to get a ship over that has a white flag, because I don't want to get disrupted by Miss Hunt, because she definitely is somewhere there. So let's take Iokos, and Iokos is going over here now to the Arctic, so that we have a ship over there to work with. And we can also set up our first trade route now. That's going to be an airship route. Yeah, but it's not going to be a letter route, but it's going to be a normal a normal trade route from Crown Falls to the Arctic to King William Island, and we will just actually take some basic stuff like some coal. We're very low on coal in Crown Falls. I will need to check this out again, right? I would also like to get some timber over. We produce timber, but I would really rather not in the Arctic. And we could also go ahead with some bricks. Let's get these things over here with my, of course, with my Sapphire airship that we built. Perseus 2, or Damon, Celos, Titus, Typhon, Perseus is one of them. It has lots of slots, right? 8 slots, so we're only using half of its capacity so far, and this we can use. And let's go ahead and make this one here a new group. Down here, and this is going to be then Trelawney Arctic that we have set up now as a new trade hub. Perfect. Now, to continue with my quest for Motorism, we need to tackle a few things here. So first of all, the Variety Theater is fine. The Iron Tower has not been unlocked yet, so this does not give us the bonus that I was hoping for. So we need to unlock a few more things down the road. One of them is the bomb bins. We have them already in. And I think we do have a trade route for this going. This, however, yeah, it's capped, right? It's 3,200. And this one provides 50 more tourists per hotel that we have. So that's okay. The other one is the gramophones. That's 17 tourists that we provide in addition. And then we have the leather boots. We don't have leather boots in really at the moment because we have only an equal production of it, right? So if I check this one out, it's a 2-to-2, but the production is lagging behind a bit. So one thing we can do right away is we can reinforce this production here. So it should be with my scholars actually, because they need the leather boots. There it is, right? And we do have the production somewhere. There it is. This is my leather boots production, my boot maker. And we have the second boot maker just behind it. So let's build this one now. The Sanga cows are in huge quantities. So there is a nice surplus coming in. And this one is getting then also boosted by electricity. Yes. So this is 2 more tons per minute that we produce with that. It's really just the Sanga cows. So it's an easy peasy production that we have right here in the center. And with that, we have 3 more things coming in now for the tourism. As we can see, the tourists are increasing already. Next up is a new product that we could work on, and that's giving me a huge boost, 100 tourists per hotel, and that is the shampoo. Now, how can we get the shampoo going? We need for the shampoo, okay, soap, we have that, but we need coconut oil and cinnamon, and both of them are coming in from the New Vault. Now, I think the coconut we have already somewhere. And my first glance goes towards my Orchard Paradise Island that we have down here. And this one has the coconut the coconut orchards already working, right? Are we losing the... It's a bit annoying here. There you go. So there we have the coconut. And the cinnamon I still need though, right? I don't have this one going right now. I would also like to get the cinnamon production going. And then just reinforce our trade route. Is that the trade route? Yes, this is the trade route. It gets the orchards. We have 5 slots with that. The coconut oil. And then I could also say a new trade route that we're going to get away from here. I think is the safest path. Or, yeah, that's actually not safe. How much of that do we have in Manola? The orchard is full, and cocoa is also full. So I'm actually going to say take away the trade route from Manola for this, right? Because I don't want to confuse things here. So we're going to make a new trade route. That's Manola to Crown Falls. And we're going to say here, pick up the coconut oil 2 times and pick up the cinnamon 2 times. And get this to Crown Falls. And we're going to use one of my white flag ships. We could also use one of my many airships that we have. And I think I'm going with it because they're just so much faster. I love it. And let's get down to Orchard Paradise. Where should we have the cinnamon production? As far as I know, we don't need fertility for this. No, we don't. And we're having a production of 2 tons here per minute with that. That is quite a lot, right? With just that space that we have for it. So let's have these 4. And that's already a production of 4 tons now that we of 8 tons, sorry, that we have for the cinnamon. So that's going to be already quite great. The only thing is now that we need to have this cinnamon delivered. I would love to use the same trade route that we already have, right? So where's my airship again?
So, Snake Eyes.
Is it already here?
Where to?
That's just extremely fast.
This is turning into a revolution.
This one's already trading the coconut oil. I thought it was in Crown Falls, but that's my mistake, right? And here we have the other one, and as you can see, it's only using 1 slot each, so we don't need the orchard here, for example. And let's just take here the cinnamon, because it's so fast that it's never really full, right? Also check it out here. Maximum storage is 175. I might actually need to reinforce that a bit just to play it safe. Let's get me some depots going here. There you go. Right, and with that we have a bit more storage now too, and we have the production going. And can I have one more? Yeah, we can. Let's build it. Because really, I'd rather have a surplus, right, than not enough. One thing we need to do here though is either we build a few more Honeleros now. Let's do this. We can afford this. There you go. That's it, right? Then we need a commute pier in the future here. Influence is no problem at this point. So the only thing that's left is actually just the chemical plant with the shampoo that is producing it. It can produce up to 4 shampoo per minute with electricity. So 1 will be fine. And yeah, let's go ahead and build this one right here in the center. Our shampoo production. With that, a new production is fixed for the investors, for the tourists. And yeah, now we just need to build a few more hotels and increase the coverage that we have, right, with the buses. And yeah, happiness goods are also fine, but they really just provide happiness, not more tourists. So that's not going to be that great for us. So more hotels it is, but also of course more tourists per hotel. We're only using 1/3 of the capacity right now for each hotel. So this is something I need to boost with a bar and a cafe that we can fix as well. That's going to be lots of tourists as well. Stay tuned.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.